Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another video slash episode on this podcast slash YouTube channel. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're in our last days of Scorpio season, sadly. I feel like after my birthday pass, I'm just ready to Christmas shop. Like, no shade. I know how people are like, y'all just skip from Halloween straight to Christmas. Now, I'm a person, I'm not setting up anything Christmassy till December 1st, but like, the white sheets and like this blue, like I feel like I'm giving like winter a little bit. Because it's like when you really think about it, I thought about it. I told my homegirl, I was like, a month from now, it's the week before Christmas. Y'all, that means we got two good paychecks before Christmas. So it's just like my mind is already going. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. But speaking of my birthday, I want this podcast episode to kind of be like reflective because y'all, when I tell you this is this birthday was the best birthday I've had in years. Y'all know when it's all like baddies, bad just cry on their birthday, like who are you really if you don't cry on your birthday? Like I remember that starting in like teen years, like every so year something would make me not happy, but especially in my adult years. If you guys aren't new to this channel, you'll know my adult years have been rough. I've cried on my birthday over just the point of life I was in, my mental health, or being with a terrible man who made it worse and made me cry. And it's just like, I literally think I'm only 23, but that means I've had three 20s before. Every single time I think I was crying about something or not completely happy. This birthday was so calm. I felt so regulated. I did not shed one tear. And it really made me like reflect on myself, my life, but even like the stuff I talk about on this channel. Like I said, y'all, a couple birthdays ago, specifically, I think I've mentioned this. 21 was actually when I started this YouTube channel. I started it January 2024, a couple months into 21, probably the worst mental health I've ever had. I was in therapy, recovering from an abusive relationship, specifically recovering from severe emotional abuse and sexual abuse. And I was unemployed and I was just dealing with this every single day, panicking every day. And I picked up my camera. But a couple months before that was my 21st birthday. I remember like on my 21st birthday, I was like, I my life. Like I was already that winter slash fall was when like my delayed sets of being of emotions of like being in an abusive relationship all start to set in. Because you guys, again, if you guys are new here, I make a lot of videos especially during this time about mental health because this was the season I went through that specific like sexual abuse. And so everything was setting in on me for the first time. Didn't know how to deal with it, didn't know who to talk about it, how to feel better. I was working, I worked on my birthday that year. I remember the day at work was terrible. I went to a restaurant and the food wasn't as good as I remembered before. Like it was just like even me later that month going out for my 21st, that night was just a hassle too. Trying to find somewhere to go. Then the place we set, it was like running around. I was still like, y'all know it's kind of hard to be in crowds when you're just like so chronically anxious and panicky all the time. I just was not happy. And I'm like, I look back at myself on those birthdays when my mental health was just, or I was with men who made me cry, who were mean to me. What did Mona Leo say? That had you crying on your birthday. I do the worst way. That second line is me now. I literally made a song about that. I mean, a song. Hold up. I'm coming for her career. Just kidding. Mona Leo's that bitch, and I can't rap or sing. But I made a TikTok about that. And I was like, that's actually crazy that a man made me cry and was mean to me on my birthday twice. And I literally made a joke how I'm like, me turning 23, single, like that's actually such a relief that I'm in a space and I'm so by myself and at that by myself and happy where I was like a close partner, which is normally the closest partnership to you, you know, when you're in love, when you're in a relationship. I was like, someone like that's not gonna affect my mood. Like my mood was so regulated. And when I told y'all, I was telling you about my birthday too and how I had plans. If anybody else is from SoCal, Southern California, y'all know that rain rocked our okay. Like it's literally been raining for like a week straight, started right before my birthday. So the plans I really want to do couldn't. So I really just had a chill, boring birthday. Presents, food, and I didn't cry. I didn't feel like the plans canceled ruined my mood. Like I really just felt so regulated, like cool. I did my thing. We rescheduled for next week and I just felt so calm, like so much positivity, family being positive, lots of love online and from my friends and stuff. And I really was just like, wow. Again, like a lot of these videos, of course the healing journey isn't linear. It goes up and down, but when I'm in these ups, these upward trajectories, I'm just like, I really want to look back at that girl and give her a ginormous hug. Like, y'all know, like that birthday crying, and especially just when you're in a bad spot mentally, you're like, this is never going to change. I'm going to feel like this forever because I've been feeling like this for years, or I've been feeling like this for months, or why am I feeling like this during a time where I shouldn't feel like this? And that's exactly how I felt. I really just want to like talk about my journey in this video and kind of make parallels to kind of inspire people. Speaking of Mauna Leo, y'all, I've watched a couple interviews of her. I I've been following Big Mauna Leo since We Not Humping. Okay. I've been following her for like 3 years, but something I've always appreciated and I feel like I'm just kind of like getting to know her personality more when I see her do press for her new album and the Sexy Salon drop and stuff is like I love her mental health advocacy. And I've seen like in so many interviews, she always ends it with like her knowing dealing with abuse she's went through and waking up days and not wanting to be in here and stuff. She like ended an interview so beautifully where when they were like, do you have anything else to say? Which like it could be random if they were talking about something else, but she always just spreads this message where she was just like telling people like, I'm proud of you. I love you. If you don't feel good, like stay another day and see if you feel better the next day. Like people would miss you. People don't always express how they feel, but you're loved and adored. Like literally seeing her talk like that makes me tear up because even though I'm in a much better place now, I'm like 2 years ago, that would have made me be like, I'm just starting my year as 23, but y'all, 22, which I think I mentioned in a couple videos, like when my birthday was coming up, has been so much better than 21, y'all. Like I literally feel like since I became an adult, I literally felt like my life got worse every year. I turned 18. The year I was 19 was worse than 18. Then 20 was worse than 19. Then 21 was worse than 20. And this is the first time where I'm like, this is better. I feel better and I felt better and more regulated almost this whole year. And that's not even with massive changes. Like, I know a lot of times when we feel this way, we think like we need a big change or like something dramatic to feel better. Like, my life has to look completely different for me to feel better, y'all. My life isn't that different. I've been in the same field of work for 2 years that I've been applying. Everybody's hiring, but nobody's hiring to get out of for probably the past 8 months, like really. Because y'all know what I want my career to be. Okay, I'm hoping to have a podcast and a whole studio one day, have my own business, have these conversations on a greater scale and be making rent money off my art. But here I am right now. um but like for now, I've been in a field that doesn't really have anything to do with what I want to do long term. Like I want something in the media. I've been trying and trying and trying and nobody's hiring. So I'm not in my dream job. I am not in a city where I want to settle. I have had the same car since the first time I got a car. I have mainly the same friends, which I made a video about before, where I was like, sometimes I be feeling imposter syndrome, especially being someone who only did college for a year and a half. And you see people with these big friend groups and these new friends and like these big social environments, And me being so like introverted and guarded, especially because a lot of the things I've gone through, I realized like a lot of the friends I have now are just like friends that I've had for years. Like my girl just dropped a birthday present off for me yesterday. I'm like, damn, like this bitch has been around since I was 8. And like sometimes I would be like, dang, why am I not having like the whole social thing? But it's so beautiful to have people who already know me, who already understand me, and who have loved me through so many versions, you know? And it's not about the quantity or the newness or anything like that. It's literally about the real riches, okay? Because it's not like I haven't made any new connections um growing in my adulthood, but they've just not fell through. Like my main just fall through. And that's tea. You guys know, if you're not new to this channel, I talk a lot about love and what I've learned through it in romantic relationships. I've never been a girl who's like, I just need to be single right now. I just need to be single and do my own thing, or I need to have my face. I've always been love, love, lover girl. Since my first serious relationship, I love being in love. Love having someone to lean on. Um, and I'm single as right now. I've been single since February, but like again, as I get older, it's like yes, I would love to be partnered. I would love to be with my future husband and start like growing in that way too. I want growth in a lot more ways than what I've been doing. But if you know, you know. The last relationship I was in was very chaotic. It only lasted a couple months. And I literally seen someone else say that before where I'm just like, I'm so proud of myself for putting the pin in it as soon as I did. Because like I said, these other adult relationships, adult, but you know, young teen, like out of high school, even though I still had the number teen in it. Um, the whole 18 year of 18, I was with someone. Then from 19 to 20, I was with someone. And those were both a year, the first 2 times I was in love. And one of the times was when I was in abuse for a whole year. And this past one, like I said, was only a couple months. And I'm like, as much as I'm like, what was that? Girl, what did you pick? So proud of me and my brain developing. Because again, I didn't let that be a year. Some people, this was 3 months. Some people, they're stuck in that for 3 years. And no shade, no shade. No shade, girl, but we got to stand up a little bit. And I stood the fuck up. So yeah, like my physical setting is pretty consistent. And I'm still so happy and so much regulated that I've ever been in my adulthood just because of the work that I've put in. There's still a lot of pieces to the puzzle of me that I want to grow in and be in when I get older. Like obviously, I would love like y'all online. I have such a wonderful community of like other girls and other like black creators and stuff, and I'm like I really do want more of this in my life, y'all. I'm in Southern California. The community out here is, you know, I'm not in the city that I would like to do that, but I think a lot of times we really underestimate um like I said, what changes or what it looks like to actually be happy. And I think that like the space that I'm in is a very beautiful place. Like I said, physically, not that much has changed. Same work field, same area, same friends. But also that foundation is also very beautiful because there's a time where I was uh unemployed for like 6 months. I'm like, I got money coming in a few different ways. Is it the money to buy me a new place? No, but hey, like I said again with the friends thing and the family, like some people don't even have this community to lean on, which I'm deeply appreciative of because what also added to I feel like my mental health back then is like if I didn't have the community, the women around me, my family to lean on and pay for my therapy and stuff, I probably wouldn't be here like how I am. And I think that's really beautiful. I don't know, y'all. What I'm trying to my cat's playing with a toy. I'm trying to make sure he's not going to die from my foot or something. I feel like what I'm trying to say in the grand scheme of things is I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor, but I speak from my own experience, y'all. Like I said, a couple years ago, y'all, not me talking to my psych major friend the other day who was with me when I was in that state. And she was like, yeah, you high key had a lot of symptoms of panic disorder and PTSD. I said, oh, oh, and did. Like, I was tired all day, every day from nothing. I didn't work out. I slept a lot. I ate like regular, and I was always tired because my body was so tired of panic attack. Like, I realized when I would always be like, why am I like so tired when I don't even do anything but lay around and wish I don't wake up? And it's like, that's not funny, but it is exhausting. Like, the physical effects of mental health, panicking and having the whole dysregulated breath and your heart beating fast and air coming in and out of your body so fast, y'all. It's mimicking what your body would do in situations when you're in danger, in situations when you're running, in like these situations. And when I'm having 2 panic attacks a day every single day, no wonder I'm tired. You know, that was what my life was like 2 years ago, some of it less than 2 years ago. And I guess I just want to say from me to you, especially any other victims of SA, because that was the main cause of it, y'all, is very hard to deal with not feeling in your body or comfortable in your body. That it will get better. It will get better. I'm standing here saying, like I said, as someone who just wanted to be in love again and wanted my career to take off and all these things so it wouldn't matter. I've progressed tremendously, especially mentally in a lot of ways, and I'm building, right, towards my career, but I'm not even at the place where I wanted to, like, oh, in love and in a great partnership so nothing else didn't matter, and having all this money so nothing else didn't matter. I'm not in that space, and I'm so happy and regulated. And I could have not imagined that 2 years ago. Like, I'm so serious. And even though it gets better, I'm gonna always keep it 1,000 with you guys. I do feel like my trauma, and especially because, like, I like to act like it was a long time ago, but 2, 3 years ago isn't really that long. um, it's not that long, especially when I consider I graduated high school 5 years ago, and it doesn't feel like it was 5 years ago. Like, I still have my moments, y'all. October is a hard month for me every month. I definitely felt like I had some PTSD last month, some reoccurring, a little bit of panic and anxiety, but it is nothing like how I used to feel, like this hopelessness of I'm always going to feel this way. Nothing like it at all. And if you do feel that way, it's completely okay. Do not shame yourself for what point you're at in your healing journey. I used to always do that. Like, why do I still feel like this? Like, I haven't even seen my abuser in so long. Like, why do I still like believe all these like terrible things? And like, why? Because y'all, like, we don't underestimate the effects of abuse. Like I said, sexual abuse, I think that lives in my body forever. Like, I reposted this video one time that literally made me want to cry, where this girl was talking about like things that never have gone back to normal after I've been raped. And I was like, I literally thought about in my last relationship, my last full relationship, my first one since being assaulted. I was like, yeah, there's still some things sexually that I'm like, I don't feel like my body really enjoys, like, since being assaulted. There's things that aren't even sexual but just have to do with there that I feel like are definitely different after going through sexual abuse. So do not shame yourself. And then on top of that, like I said, emotional abuse, don't underestimate emotional abuse. Like, those things paired made me feel like I was the most terrible, gross, unlovable person in the world. And that's a lot to come back from when the person closest to you that loves you the most is convincing you of that for so long and isolating you. So I didn't have much insight to be like, is this true? Am I unlovable? It was just like that opinion just suffocated my mind, body, and soul. But now it could never, now bitch could never, never. Y'all see this cat? He almost ran into the But yeah, you guys, you will feel better. And like I said, I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I don't know if you've been through something similar or, something different that hurt as much or something worse or something that I went through for longer. So it might take longer for you to recover. But I think as long as you are here and just being is enough. Talk to people, look up videos like this. I told you guys, like, content of people who really understood how I feel and made me feel seen meant the world to me when I was really in the pit of it. Um, but yeah, you will feel better one day. I can't promise when, but I think you will. That's just my opinion. Thank you guys so much for listening to another podcast episode. I feel really good about this one. This cat is running all over the room, y'all. I'm sorry. This is why when I'm making 10K a month and I'm in my studio. But anyway, I feel really good about this and I hope I make people feel seen and heard. And turn up. Scorpio season's almost over. But hey, we're almost in like holiday season, so thank you so much for watching / listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.